So on Bargain Block, we've done a lot of murals and a lot of custom wall art. What we're gonna do in this space is we're gonna bring in some earthy colors, some textures, and some more wood, and that will set the design language for the entire space.
So for this design, we're using a limited color palette and some organic materials that are easy to find so you can easily replicate this whole thing at home. So we can get started. We're gonna use about an 8-foot reference guide. Most people have 8-foot walls, so I'll try to keep the mural within that range to make sure everybody can do this at home. So you'll need a pencil, some string, and a tape measure and a level.
And painter's tape.
Yeah, we're gonna draw it somewhere. So we're gonna start about 2 feet off the wall here. We'll put a mark. Obviously, using a level is super important. The last thing you want is a crooked mural.
That moved.
That's not great. We have an eraser. 4 feet wide for our arch. Our point for the arch is gonna be 60 inches, and that puts us right at 7 feet.
So it's 60 inches high, 24 across. So if you make a little crosshair there, and that's dead center, right where we want the center of our circle to be.
Yep, so we'll tie our string to our pencil, get it nice and tight.
So we want to make this a 2-foot long string, right?
So sometimes drawing an arc with a string can be a little challenging. The main trick is that you hold the pencil nice and level, and you hold that really steady. You either need to nail it, staple it, or have a friend hold it tightly.
Perfect.
It turned out really nice, lined up on both sides. Perfect semicircle.
So now we can fill in our arch with what color?
Mocha.
Mocha, okay. So nice earthy tone to go with our organic textures.
If you want to fill in the bulk of it, I'll do the arch circle. And I think the biggest trick that I've learned over the years of doing this for so many times is to have an abundance of paint on your brush so that you're pulling a really wet bead along your line, because otherwise it is very tricky to do.
If you wanted to tape off the vertical lines, you could. We're not doing that just because Keith is able to freehand it.
I always remind myself that it's just paint. So if you really mess up your arc, you can always paint it out and start over. It does not have to be super perfect to be effective. So we've got our arch done. The next step is to draw off the band that we're gonna do and the couple of rectangles. Then we can finish out the last 2 colors and call this mural done.
So you're measuring from the baseboard.
Up 60. 36-inch band. It has to be pretty hefty.
For this line, since it's so long,
Yeah.
we'll use painter's tape.
You just have to pull it nice and tight, only at the end. Do not interfere with the rest of the tape, that won't be level. Push it and seal it off. So a lot of times when you tape off something on a wall and you don't seal it, when you put your color on, it bleeds into the edge. Sealing the tape means that you're using the same background paint to just literally seal the edge of the paint so that when you pull that tape line back off, it is a perfect line with your nude paint on top of it.
You want to brush into the tape so that you're kind of getting paint under the tape line so that it'll dry and create a nice seal.
So we have this really pretty kind of peachy, neutrally color that I love. Pairs beautifully with brown and cream and white. I'm gonna do this band across the room that kind of will give a little bit more dimension, create some depth. Sealing your tape line is just a couple of minutes, but it makes a huge difference professionally speaking. The next step is to draw off a couple of rectangles, then we can finish out the last 2 colors and call this mural done. Our mural is done. We're gonna move on to the wood piece. It's gonna be in this nice triangular shape to kind of bring in yet another geometric element to the whole room, really tie all of those themes together.
We're gonna make this wood art piece out of old cedar fence pickets so we can go over to the wood shop and cut those up. We're gonna do a wooden art feature on this wall. It's similar to what we've done on Bargain Block. We're gonna use some scrap cedar wood to keep it affordable, but it should really add a big design impact to this room.
All right, so we're gonna make a nice layered wood piece of art. So it'll hang on the wall on top of the mural. It'll be a nice three-dimensional element that'll bring in some more geometric shape. This is the easiest wall art I think you can do. These are all 60-inch strips of cedar. We're gonna just keep it really, really simple.
Okay.
No cuts, we'll lay it out. The whole goal with this is just to create something that's layered, has texture, dimension, and so what we wanna do is just kind of randomly lay them in a pattern where we can create a triangle. Kind of has like this fun, modern Art Deco thing going.
So we're fastening these with 1¼ finish nails. We have a finish nailer here. If you don't have a nail gun, then you can just use loose finish nails and a hammer.
The only place it gets a nail is anywhere it overlaps. So layer 1 is make sure everything's nice and gridded. It'll create some structure to the art piece and make sure you can continue to lay it up.
So we're gonna wear our safety goggles in case a nail goes awry, and then just start fastening them.
So this is the first layer. From here, we'll just keep layering it to give it more dimension and more texture. This is the fun part. You can kind of be creative with your layout. You can go as layered as you want. You can go as minimal as you want. I like the depth. I like the texture. So to me, in this particular art piece, more is more. So we'll keep layering it up a little bit. It'll hang kind of like that on the wall. And if you don't like that, we can always play with it and turn it. That's the fun thing about a shape like this is you can kind of get it in the space and see what you're feeling.
So you bring this, I'll bring a drill and a screw.
Okay.
Then we can hang it.
Awesome.
All right, so where are you thinking of hanging it?
Right there. All right, I love the way it looks. It's got a really cool geometric shape to it. Lots of layers, lots of texture. Should play really well with all the other pieces coming in for the room.
The cedar plays with all the same tones. It looks really nice.
Thank you, I love it. We can style it now. It's my favorite part. I really love the way this mural turned out. Adding that wood element too really brings in a lot of warmth and dimension, and it's so much better than just a plain white wall.
So with this wood art, you can change the type of wood, you can change the stain. It's super versatile, so it can really work in almost any room.
It's always really exciting to see a little bit of money go a long way in design, and I think this mural and wood sculpture really do that.